Welcome to If My Heart Could Speak. My name is K.R. Henderson, and I'd like to thank you for taking the time out to join me today for a few moments. You know, we live in a world of get all you can and can all you get, and then guard the can. But in the process of this mentality, a lot of times we lose sight of some of the things that are really important. One of the things that's important I wanted to talk to you about today is legacy. Not so much, I don't want you to think so much in terms of the transition from life. I want you to think more about how you want to live and the kind of world you want to live in. You know, there's nothing like seeing the future and adjusting the present in light of it. There's nothing like peering out into tomorrow and then beginning to implement it today because you see something. Tragic is the person who doesn't see their potential. Because when you don't see your potential, you lose hope. You lose hope in your ability. You lose hope in yourself. In the 20th century, there was an iconic speech that was delivered that changed the course of history. One king down here, Dr. Martin Luther King, saw another king up there in an attempt to create something better. Interesting, because at the center of his message was a dream. But he moved that speech from a commonality to one of divinity by stating that his eyes had seen the glory of the coming of the Lord. What Dr. King was saying is, I see something. I'm dreaming now based on something I see. But just as he had the ability to see that a nation could be great and every man could be equal, we too have the capability to see in other people what they can be and not what they are. Can you see what I see? A legacy. My father would always say to me that the only things that you can take from this life are the things you leave behind. Are you an advocate for someone else? Do you invest in other people? You see, sometimes we just need the power of a push. That person that doesn't mind climbing into our space in order to help us succeed. I had a coach like that who was all over me about giving up. He used to say to me, Henderson, do you remember the boy who gave up? No, sir. And no one else remembers him either. Now pick it up, son, let's go. Or that person who doesn't mind directing us, instructing us, and even correcting us if necessary. That would be my mother, who was all over me about getting a D in high school. She would say, boy, now, I don't understand you. You don't work, you don't pay bills. Why are you making a D in school? Do you know what D stands for, son? No, ma'am. How about daddy? And I'm going to tell him as soon as he gets home. I even had a boss come to me one time and tell me, KR, do you have an education? I said, yes. Was it hard to get? I said, does a fish drink water? Well, why wouldn't you work just as hard on yourself? I felt embarrassed, but it was that small push that propelled me to want to be a business owner, have a family, and pursue a vision. Are you starting to see what I see now? You see, people are always going to doubt your ability. You just can't be one of them. But I wasn't always this person. You see, I moved into college and was majoring in computer science and changed my major in the name of economic prosperity to engineering. They say if you choose a major you love, you'll never work a day in your life. Probably because that field isn't hiring. But after graduation, I moved on into corporate. And in corporate, they don't tell you that there's only one CEO position in the company. So when I started working, I targeted that position. I was going to be the first black CEO in the company. Then I had my first performance evaluation. I realized, Houston, we have a problem. You see, again, people are always going to doubt your ability. You just can't be one of them. I later made it to the altar and lost my wife for 15 years to divorce. And man, I was liberated and miserable at the same time. Then I met a man at his 35-year wedding anniversary. And he said to me, "Oh, Sonny, don't worry about it. Find you another wife, do 15 more years, you'll have 30. But you see, I didn't make the best decision for all parties involved. But if we can learn from our mistakes, you can come out a better person on the other side. But you see, I knew I had to change my emotional and mental diet. Yeah, I had to become my first client in order to think differently. I had to become my first student. I'm now remarried to a beautiful wife of 7 years. Lord have mercy. A man of discipline, dedication, and determination who's pursuing his vision and helping other people pursue their vision. What legacy will you leave? You see, legacy is never built in statues, monuments, or buildings. No, true legacy is built in people. Invest in people and they'll be talking about you long after you're gone. So to those of you who can see what I see, to those of you who want to leave a legacy, in the words of my mentor, Les Brown, I dedicate this to you. If you want a thing bad enough to go out and fight for it, to work day and night for it, to give up your time, your peace, and your sleep for it, if all that you dream and scheme is about it, and life seems useless and worthless without it, and if you gladly sweat for it and fret for it and plan for it, and lose all your terror of the opposition for it, and if you simply go after that thing that you want with all of your capacity, strength and sagacity, faith, hope, and confidence, and stern pertinacity, if neither cold poverty, famine, nor gout, sickness of pain or body and brain can keep you away from that thing that you want, then dogged and grim you besiege and beset it. And with the help of God, you're sure to get it. I want to thank you. And I want to propel you to leave a legacy. Again, my name is K.R. Henderson. If you like what you've heard, please comment, subscribe. I look forward to seeing you, talking to you next week on If My Heart Could Talk. Again, I'll leave you with this. I believe in you. Have a great day.